Many people consider early retirement as making their dream of financial freedom come true. Early retirement has many perks, like being able to have a relaxed, go for long trips, or enjoy retirement with your loved ones. Since we have limited amount of time on Earth, so not everyone enjoys spending their days working on and on. Wouldn't it be great to learn the strategies to retire early? While some might consider to benefit from their parents or spouse claim super and insurance all their lives, but in this video I want to explore other 7 fast-tracked alternatives and less conventional options to retire early. 1. Invest with a purpose. It's surprising how many people think they're really good at managing investments. Let me be clear, you're not a financial expert. It's time to drop the act. In US alone, there are tens of thousands of investment experts with over years of education and over decades of experience. Still, many of them struggle to give better returns than low-cost index fund. It's pretty challenging. While you might make some impressive one-time decisions and be part of online property forums or follow stock tips, it doesn't make you an investment guru. It's advisable to stick to your regular job. What you can do is determine the investment return necessary to meet your expense goals, as discussed before. In practical terms, aim for an average annual return over the long term, ranging between 4% and 10%, depending on your risk tolerance. Anything below 4% might be overly cautious, while expecting more than 10% could be unrealistic and hard to sustain. 2. Passive income. Your earnings are like a powerful tool for building wealth, usually obtained by working 5 days a week. Even if you enjoy your job, we bet you wouldn't mind making extra money without the effort, stress, and time commitment of another job. Here's how creating passive income can benefit you. So when you put $1,000 into an investment, it means you're creating a source of income that brings in $50 every year. This amount increases to keep up with inflation for the rest of your life. Although $50 might not sound like a lot, think about how many times you could have saved $1,000 during your lifetime. In United States, there are approximately 250 working days in a year. If you invest $6,000, you would only need to work 249 days to earn the same amount, considering an annual salary of $75,000. Put in an additional $6,000 and you bring it down to 248 working days. 3. Downsizing home. Do you really want to retire early? Regardless of your house size or the neighborhood you're in, there will always be a more affordable place in US if you're open to exploring options. Your house is a comfortable place to live, offering a good lifestyle. However, it doesn't generate income, but it doesn't contribute to your goal of retiring early. It's more about providing a pleasant living environment rather than actively supporting your financial objectives or early retirement plans. If you choose to downsize your home, you could release a significant amount of money. This sum can then be invested to generate income, helping to cover your retirement costs. At the very least, it might reduce your working days by another 30 days in a year. 4. Invest. In super, putting extra money into your superannuation comes with a major advantage. You're investing in a tax-efficient setting. The most you'd pay in taxes on super earnings is 15%, a significant drop from the potential 47% if you were investing in your own name. Additionally, you may qualify for a personal tax deduction on specific super contributions. This lower tax rate allows your wealth to grow more quickly. However, it's important to note that you can't access your super funds until you reach the age of 60. Whether making additional super contributions enables you to retire early depends on how you define early. In US, some people see age 67 as the retirement age, while others view 65 as the benchmark. So, for some individuals, reaching age 60 could be considered an early retirement milestone. 5. Stop overspending. Every time you make a purchase, you're not just cutting into what you can save and invest, you're also, often without realizing it, raising your standard of living. Consider the unnecessary items you buy or are labeled as a sale. Also, think about how often you upgrade your car, phone, watch, or outfit. Essentially, what you're expressing is that you prioritize these deals and possessions over your time. The only means to afford them is by working more and delaying your retirement. When you raise your standard of living, you're essentially extending your retirement timeline. This is because the annual income you'll require for non-work-related needs keeps rising to match your elevated standard of living. Moreover, once your standard of living goes up, it becomes challenging to scale back. 6. Get through to age 60. If your aim is early retirement, your investments essentially need to sustain your expenses from the time you choose to retire until you reach 60. At 60, you gain access to your superannuation, which can then play a role in covering your expenses and might even be supplemented by age pension payments by the time you're 67. To get started, estimate your projected super balance at age 60. Then, figure out how much income this, along with any potential Centrelink age pension payments, would provide during your retirement. If it's sufficient, you're halfway to your goal. If not, contribute enough to your super until the projected balance at age 60 meets your needs. Following that, the next step is to gather sufficient wealth outside of your super to fund your expenses from now until age 60. Keep in mind that your super and the age pension will support you from age 60 onward. Consequently, your priority should be to invest your extra income to reach a point where it sustains you until age 60. The less you spend on non-essential items, the more you save, accelerating your journey to retirement. 7. Relocate after retirement. The World Bank report indicates that the cost of living in countries such as the Philippines, Thailand, Indonesia, and Vietnam is notably lower than the expenses associated with living in US. This suggests that considering a move to these Southeast Asian countries could potentially lead to more affordable living arrangements. If you're considering a change of scenery, think about moving to Southeast Asia. The advantage is that you could potentially retire earlier in such a location because the amount of money needed to generate sufficient retirement income for covering expenses is comparatively lower. This is often due to the lower cost of living in Southeast Asian countries compared to more developed regions like Australia. It's a strategic move that allows you to make the most of your retirement funds and potentially enjoy a more comfortable lifestyle. That is a wrap for today. Thanks for watching. We will see you in the next video.